welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you each into our kitchen this evening where we're going to make a very old traditional recipe. Now, this dates back to Native American tribes, but this version is the white settlers version because, well, they weren't fond of using a corn flour or cornmeal. They liked their wheat. So, now, of course, if you have gluten issues, you can use the cornmeal or another flour that you can use safely. Now, we're going to have fun. This is an old Appalachian recipe, and, well, I absolutely love it. And I know y'all are probably wondering, bean cakes, it's not sweet at all. It's a good savory side dish, snack. For some people back then, it was a meal. Okay, let's have some fun and get to cooking. Okay, now over here I've got my cast iron skillet with just a little bit. You want a little bit. I'm using corn oil. You could use tallow, lard, bacon fat. Just don't use canola oil. That stuff's so bad for you. Just enough oil for them to fry in. You don't want them backstroking. You're not frying chicken. You just want your pan just to have enough of the oil. Alright, there's two ways to make this. You can use leftover beans or you can use canned beans. I'm using pinto beans. And yes, keep the juice. Now, the next step, we want to mash these. I like them having a little bit of oomph left in them, so you know you're actually eating beans. Now, if you have a problem with texture, and that's not a pinto bean. If you have a problem with texture, you could puree them. You're just going to have to be careful. And yes, I leave the juice from the can in with the beans because a lot of your nutrients from your beans is in that juice. Like I said, I don't want them mashed to death, but you want them mashed. Set that there. Okay. Now, into your mashed beans. Like I said, I'm using pinto beans. You can use black beans, cannoli beans, kidney beans. I wouldn't use chickpeas, but whatever bean you like. And if you got leftover 14 bean soup or so on, you can use that as well. You just want a good amount of beans and just a little bit of juice. Now, this is a diced small onion. Now, there were times, depending on the season, of course they wasn't using canned beans. They were using fresh cooked beans, what little bit they had left over. Now, the onions, you can use the small onion, or you could cut up green onions, or certain times a year they would use ramps. Yes, good old ramps. You could use wild onions. You could use wild garlic. You could leave the onions completely out. It's up to you. Now, since these beans are out of the can, I know they don't have any seasoning. Now, traditionally, all they would use would be salt and pepper. I'm just adding. I'm going by eye. You can measure if you want to. Come on. There we go. Now, I put a little spin on it. I like garlic in mine. Now, in a week or so, I will be making the Native American, especially Cherokee version of bean cakes. You want just a little bit because you're not trying to drown out your pinto bean flavor. I need to be heating my skillet up. You don't want it ungodly hot, but you want your oil hot enough to start frying. Now you're going to want a half a cup. Traditionally, it was evaporated milk. Well, not traditionally, it was fresh raw milk, cow milk. Then later on, evaporated milk came in to view, and you want just a half a cup. Get it mixed all in there. Oh, it's smelling good, y'all. All right, now to this. Now there's no measuring of the flour. You just use enough until you can make patties with it. You'll add a little bit, work that in. And you're going to want it worked in enough to where it's thick enough to make a patty with. You don't want it runny. Now, if you can't use regular milk, goat milk. If you can't get a hold of goat milk, you can use water. I might use all that flour up. And you want to make sure you get all that flour incorporated. And you're going to drop it by spoonfuls. And they don't have to be perfectly round. I'm going to go get some paper towels, line a plate, and be right back. Okay, now you want to cook them just till they get a golden brown. You want a crisp on them. And I have them on about medium. And of course, you can cook these on top of your stove top. It won't hurt a bit. Alrighty. You want to gently turn them over. You don't really have to use the spoon. I just wanted to make sure that they were going to hold together. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect shaped, but you want them a nice, beautiful golden brown. And I can see that my hot plate eye is cooking differently on one side. But you just want to make sure you got plenty of oil, enough to fry them real good. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this. You could smell the beans and the onions, the little bit of garlic. Oh, it smells good. And like I said, you can use any bean that you enjoy. All right, I'm gonna continue to fry these up, and the rest of the bean cakes, and I will bring y'all back as soon as I am done frying them up. Okay, they are done. They are fried up. They look good. Now they stay hot for a while, y'all, so be careful. You can get them crispier if you want to. Just don't let them burn. I'm hoping this is cool enough. Beautiful. Look at that. Mmm. Oh, that tastes so good. Oh, it's been too long since I've made them. Mmm. Now, of course, they're perfectly seasoned for Junior. Me personally, I want a little more salt on mine. Simple, easy, homemade, keeping old traditions alive. Most people don't even know about these amazing bean cakes, Appalachian bean cakes. I guess since I'm back in closer to the homeland, I'm getting a little more sentimental, y'all. Simple, easy, homemade, easy ingredients. Anyone can cook this. And I will have the ingredients in the description box below. And like I said, this is the White Settlers version. Here soon I'll be making the Cherokee version of bean cakes. Everyone, take care. I'm ready to finish this bean cake. I'm telling you, it smells good in here. Everyone, continue to stock up your pantry with foods that will nourish and sustain you, medicinals that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and the bare essentials to survive on. I hope you will make these. They are absolutely delicious, y'all. And it's bringing back and keeping the old ways alive, the old recipes, foods that sustained our ancestors. Y'all take care, stay safe and sound, and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot. Love y'all. See you soon.